DIECAST NORBZ is a channel devoted to the teen to adult toy collector, pop culture fans, and fellow nerd enthusiasts. This is a PG-13 channel. I might say so. Viewer and parental discretion is advised. It is time for a new episode of DIECAST NORBZ Galactic Hooligan! And I am the DIECAST NORBZ today. I'll be your DIECAST NORBZ. Welcome to DIECAST NORBZ Activate. I appreciate each and every one of you for walking in and giving me a try. If this is your first time discovering me, welcome to the ranks of the hooligans. And if this is your 900th time coming in, thanks for coming back in again and just making me feel warm and fuzzy inside every single time you actually join me. Today, we're actually going to see who flew in a couple of days ago. It's Swoop! Finally, the Dinobots are actually all together. The band is all together. I'm actually super excited to get into this. Let's get in because there is a lot. Well, I mean, he's not the most complicated Dinobot in the world or anything like that, but there's some things to go through, so let's get into it. To say that I'm excited to have Swoop in my collection is a total mismanagement of the English language. I am thrilled. Nay, there's actually got to be a better word for it because I am ecstatic that Swoop is finally in the collection and the last of the Dinobots to actually come in to peruse my collection and everything. I am super stoked about this guy. Let's take a good look at him. It's almost kind of like the same thing like with Galvatron where they actually had the inner detailing and everything when you're transforming him, and they really didn't need to go that extra measure or go extra hard with that and everything. His arms are actually really nice looking. We actually have a little hollow details and everything like that. I'm pretty sure that could actually be solved with just the right add-on and everything, you know. But aside from this arm and aside from these two pieces right over here, not a whole lot was actually left hollow in this guy at all or anything like that, which is actually really great, you know. I love these wings over here. The wings are actually super highly detailed and everything like that. He is actually being made in Vietnam, so we can actually see that right there, and then we can actually check this out right over here. The details are great. The back details are really great. I'm actually loving all these mechanical details right in the back here and everything, which is really wonderful. I love that so much. I love these two electrode canisters right over there and everything like that. Also, I'm loving everything in the back. We actually have a little bit of hollowness in the leg over here, but that's actually due to transformation and everything. He's a little bit lighter than some of the other Dinobots and everything like that, but we actually kind of all expected that coming from Swoop. There goes his leg details right over there, brought out in gold, and I'm hoping that it's not gold plastic or anything. It's just more of a gold overlay over maybe a silver block and everything like that for his feet. So there we go, and then all the way down here, really nice stuff though. I'm actually loving what we actually got with Swoop. And then one more thing that I wanted to bring you over to with the legs, we actually have this right over here. That's actually really great. I kind of wish that we actually got that going all the way down his legs here and everything like that, because I think the added detail would have actually been really nice. And then over here we actually have some mechanical details going on the inside there, and then here goes his heels right here that actually have a little bit of mechanical stuff and everything like that. On mine, they're actually a little bit more. Let me focus that camera there. They're a little bit more loose and everything like that more than anything else, and I'm wondering if there's a way to fix that. I might have to go into it with either a hair dryer or something to that end and everything like that. But aside from that, it's really not too bad. You know what? For this, they are actually going to go in here and cover that up for when we're actually going to transformation, but we'll show that off a little bit later. But really nice. I'm liking all the details that's actually going on into the head itself and everything. You know, this is actually going to be his Dino mode head and everything when he transforms, and then I love all of that detail right there and everything. Just really nice. Autobot signed prominently on his chest where it actually belongs. We actually have these two red pieces over here. So very cool. I'm loving it. So just really, really cool. I'm actually loving everything about Swoop here and everything. He's just very cool. And then we actually also have his rocket packs also and everything like that. We'll show that off next. Here we go. And all you have to do is just kind of like twist it off, and then there goes the rocket packs and everything like that. They are frictioned in and everything. We actually have like a lot of hole in the cylinder here and everything like that. But like, I don't know if that's actually if that's actually more of a bad thing or a good thing and everything like that. It would be nice if we actually got all of like the great details and everything like that. I'm pretty sure we'll actually be seeing something about that from like maybe one of the 3D modelers out there or 3M and everything, but it's really nicely modeled though. I don't really have a whole lot to complain about this. We can actually take this off right over here, and then we can actually put it back together. These rocket packs are not spring loaded, and we know that because of all the hollowness that we actually have over here. But you can actually use blast effects and everything, and it's just really easy. We can actually put that over here and then put the rocket pack right over here, and then there we go. That is very, very cool for Swoop. I love that so much. I wish I actually had like more of these blue blast effects and everything all together, because like for Swoop, he'd actually need quite a few more. And if you really want Swoop to have a blaster and everything like that, you could actually just kind of like remove one of his swords and everything, and then just give him a blaster right over here. And it's kind of like molded, so you can actually kind of like, it's kind of molded like this, so like it misses his arm altogether and everything. So you could actually have him, hold on, there we go. So we can actually have him blasting Decepticons and everything all together too, and that's actually really nice. I kind of wish we actually had like a little bit of blast effecting going right over here also, so you can actually have like regular lasers also. But all in all, I cannot complain about this. And if you did notice, Swoop is actually sporting two mighty pieces of cutlery right over here. We actually have his regular sword right over here, his regular blade that actually comes with his energon handle piece and everything. And I love the fact that it's actually all done up in red, as a proper Dinobot sword should actually be and everything. I love that so much. So we can actually install this right over here. And if you actually really wanted to, like for extra storage, you can actually kind of like put it on his back as well. You actually have other two ports right over, another two ports right over here where you can actually put his sword and everything. So very, very nice. And then we actually have this sword right over here that's more made for Grimlock than anything else. And I kind of wish that we actually had that along with Grimlock a long time ago, you know, because that would have actually kind of like maybe halted me from going over to non-F to like actually pick up another blade and everything like that for Grimlock. But that looks really, really nice. The detailing in there is really superb. Really, really great plastic altogether and everything like that. We don't have the malleability of like Magmatron sword whatsoever or anything like that. And yes, Hasbro, this is exactly what we actually need when it comes down to swords and that sort of thing. Like, I really hate when we actually have to deal with the malleability of like that of the other swords and everything, because I'll tell you, my Magmatron sword, I actually had to store it in the tail and everything like that to stop it from melting and drooping all over the place and everything like that. And then they actually have this that actually came in, which is perfect. This sword, perfect, you know. And I kind of wish we actually had that in we actually had this and Snarled Sword all together and everything like that also. It's nice that they actually finally listen to the fans when it actually comes down to like the swords and everything like that, but still yet though, I wish they actually kind of like thought of that a lot earlier. And we'll just check this out compared to the non-F sword right over here. And I really like the non-F sword for my Grimlock and everything like that, so I think that my Swoop might have two different swords altogether, like two swords altogether and everything. But the Hasbro sword actually is a little bit shorter than the non-F one and everything like that. And this one you actually have to kind of put together. This one's actually really well modeled all off the like right from the bat and everything. If I didn't have this, I would have actually used this all together and everything, you know. Like, I love this sword, you know. But like, aside from that, not bad at all. This is actually really good stuff here. I love it. Swoop's articulation is really nice and everything, you know, so like he actually has a turning head right over here. You can actually go about 360 with it. You can actually lift it up just like so, down like so and everything. So he's got like a really great, and he's actually got emotive qualities also and everything like that. So that's really nice. You can move his arms pretty much all around. He's uninhibited once you actually get the wing out of the way and everything. So that's actually really nice. And there we go. And then we can actually come all the way up to this. So like it's a little bit of a higher T-pose. He actually has this little action right over here. And that was actually, I think that's actually more for his wings. So you can actually get like a little bit more distance if you actually really wanted it and everything. So that's actually really nice also. You actually have a 360 right on a rotational, bicep right over here. So that's actually really nice. You have 90 degrees of bend right over here at the elbow. So that's actually really nice. Wrist rotation right here. So that's nice. And also an in and out due to transformation. So you can actually use that for whatever you actually want. He does have waist rotation right over here, but his beak will actually get in the way and everything once you actually get it to a certain point. So there we go. And then, but that's still really nice articulation right there. You can actually kick all the way up in some kind of soft ratchets. You can kick all the way back over here. So that's actually really nice. And both sides are actually just as ratcheted as the others, so that's actually really nice also. You have thigh swivel right here. He actually has the extreme kung fu pose and everything, so you can actually kind of like make him Chuck Norris anybody that he actually wants to, so that's actually really great. We actually have knee bend right over here, and there's double bend because of transformation and everything, so that's actually really great, and that's actually really nice and dynamic and everything. So we also have toe tilt right over here and everything. We actually have an ankle tilt. It's somewhat broken right around here and everything, so like that's actually really, it's okay, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't stop him from being a really great character. Also, you have the wings that can actually flap back and forth and everything like that, so that's really nice on this guy. So very cool articulation all around. And for size comparisons, we have Swoop, Snarl, Grimlock, Slag, and Sludge, and these guys way too big to fit into the full screen here, but there we go here, and they look so good together. It's great to have the whole band together. This is the Team Supreme, arguably the Autobots' most powerful team on their whole entire roster. The most dynamic team that the Autobots actually have. This is exactly what we have actually gotten with the Dinobots and everything. I love the fact that Hasbro finally released Swoop, so we can actually have this team like just filled out all together and everything. I love it. I love being able to finally put these guys all together and everything in one place. This is actually so awesome to me. Anyway, let's get into transformation for Swoop, and let's get into it. Henshin! Maybe I shouldn't be giving the order. Grimlock?
Dinobots, transform and destroy!
For this dynamic fellow is pretty nice and everything. It's actually really a lot simpler than I thought it was actually going to be, and there's one thing that I think I would have actually fixed up, and that would have actually been the arms as far as like the transformation is actually concerned. But I know we're actually going 80s styles anime when it actually comes down to this, so let's get into transformation. First off, we're actually going to get this sword out of the way, and if you really needed to, if you really want to, you could actually leave the rocket pods on if you actually really want to, or if you could actually take them off if you really want to. I like leaving them on because I like the full experience of Swoop. So first off, let's put his hands and tuck them right over here, and then that's pretty much as far as like arm transformation is actually concerned. I kind of like wish that we actually had like another folding bit right over here. We could actually put this onto the inside of his elbow here and everything like that. There are a lot of Transformers that actually do that. I kind of wish we actually had that little bit of extra transformation and everything, you know, because like I really love transforming figures and everything. So we're going going to take this and we're going to move his chest pieces like this and like this. And then right on the inside, you'll actually notice that there are like a couple of like holes right over here where the mandible of his beast mode actually goes into. So there we go. And then we'll take this and then we'll lock that just like that. And then when you're actually going back into robot mode, all you want to do is just take this piece off right over here, and you just have to get your fingers a little bit right by where his eyes actually meet the furrow of his eyebrows and everything. So there we go. So like, let's go right like this, and then we'll bring this out. We will collapse this piece all the way in now, and there we go. And then we want to bring these two all the way into each other. So let's do that, and then there we go. That just starts off the process. And then we're going to do the same thing. There we go. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side, and then bring them right into each other. Mine never locks, so like, I don't know how your experience is actually going to be, but everyone's mileage may vary. So we'll just bring the wings out just like so. And then we'll actually take the other wing and bring it out just like so. And then there's a little peg right over here that goes right in here when you're actually going into robot mode. So let's bring them out like this and then just straighten them up just a little bit. And then we can actually come over here and then we can close this off. Oh, and it snapped in. Finally, I can never get those two to snap in. Now I'm actually hoping that I'm not gonna have like a worse time getting it out or anything like that. So once we actually do that, just bring these in just like this, and they soft peg right in there. And there we go. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. We'll go over here and then right, just like that. And there we are. And then in flight mode, he can actually kind of like do this thing, but like, let's bring this down, so, and then bring this wing down like so, and there we are. And now all we have to do are the feet. So we'll just come over here and then we'll bring this all the way in, and then just let's slide this all the way up. Now on mine has a tendency to come off, but I'll actually fix that a little bit later. So we'll just slide that just like so. And then we'll actually come over here and then we'll bring this heel all the way down and then slide this all the way up. You might want to finagle it a little bit so you can actually get like your bearings there. There we go. And then after that, all you want to do is come over here and then bring his legs all the way up, and then this piece right over here will actually go right in here. So let's do that, and then we'll fix that just like so. There we are. And then we'll do the same thing on this end, just like so. And now there we go. And now we have Swoop in his pterodactyl mode. There we are. Don't pay attention to this wall over here. It's all over here, guys. And then there we are, and that's Swoop in pterodactyl mode. And then you can actually take his feet right over here, and you can actually kind of like bend them outwards just like so, or you can actually kind of like bring him in, like bring him out like this and everything. But there we go. And then now let's get into some detailing about this guy. And there he is, it's Swoop, the Dinobot's bombarder, and he is actually looking pretty impressive over here with all the blast effects attached to him and everything. He is really, really extraordinary. And I know that they actually have like this thing going right over here where he actually has like the fire coming out of his mouth, but I kind of wanted to go a little bit more ethereal than that and everything, kind of like have him have like a little bit of like magical flame here and everything like that. But he looks really super impressive, and you can actually install this blast effects right over here, which is actually really nice. And then blast effects all over the place and everything like that, which is just great for playability. He's awesome. Taking a good look at Swoop, he's really brilliant. Again, this is the one complaint that I'll actually, well, two complaints that I actually have about robot mode, about beast mode here and everything, about his dinosaur mode, and that is the fact that he actually doesn't have like all that red going all the way back over here, which is actually kind of a shame. I kind of wish that that would have actually just kind of like carried over and everything all together. Same thing on the other side, and I don't know if budgeting was actually kind of like the ruling aspect there or anything like that, but I kind of wish that that was actually something that was actually carried over here and everything. Otherwise, in that, he looks great. I really thought that I was actually going to be kind of annoyed with the fact that this piece right over here wasn't all the way up on his shoulders like they should be and everything like that, but like, I don't really have too much of a complaint with him in hand or anything like that. He really looks great. He actually has the inside of his mouth all filled in there and everything, and that's really nice. That's usually kind of like one of those type of things that I kind of like think that Hasbro actually kind of like misses out on, i.e. like Grimlock's two front teeth and that sort of thing and everything, but they really did a good job with filling that in. I love the blue blast effect port right over here, and this is actually really nice also. The gold paint that's used on him is really, really nice. I kind of wish they kind of like did that on Snarl as well and everything. And then his eyes are brilliantly painted also and everything, so we can actually see that on both ends. His mohawk still continues right over here and everything, so I'm actually really liking that a lot. And the details are just really extraordinary on this guy. Let's just give you a little bit more sight of him right over here. He's got a really impressive wingspan here. Really, really nice. I like it a lot. And then going on throughout the whole entire figure here, it just really looks great. And we actually have this. He looks like he actually still keeps his anime aesthetic and everything like that, which is actually kind of nice. But at the same time, the one complaint that I'll actually have about this figure is that, and I think I've actually kind of like thought this about like Swoop in the beginning also and everything like that when it comes down to his anime aesthetic, is that his arms are actually just kind of right there. And with the G1 Swoop, we actually had it where his arms actually kind of like went in a little bit more. I kind of wish we could have actually done something like that, or maybe did something to shorten the arms altogether and everything like that, so it actually fits into the caricature for this guy and everything altogether, or fits into the character model. But it's really not too bad. They actually did a great job. I think they did really well with working with the anime aesthetics that they actually had for Swoop and everything. His articulation actually goes like this. You can actually move this piece out just a little bit to actually give him a little bit more wingspan here and everything. You can actually kind of like bring this all the way down like this. You can actually bring it down like that and everything. So like the wings are actually like really nice on this and everything. I like it a lot. Let's see, you can actually bring his head down like so, and then bring it down even further. You can, first off, you have an opening and closing mouth. He actually opens to a really wide degree. That's actually really nice. And then you can actually bring his neck down, and then there's another piece right over here that dislodges, so you can actually have like a little bit more leeway with his neck there. So that's actually really nice also. I'm really enjoying that. And then when you transform him back into robot mode, this piece actually opens up, and I love the fact that they actually gave him an actual neck and everything. That's really important on the pterodactyl. It's nice that they didn't like just squish him right back into the neck over here and everything, so that's really nice. And let's see, and then you have toes that can actually come out like this and like this, and then let's see, is there anything else? I think that's pretty much it. Swoop actually is kind of like very limited. You can actually kind of like dislodge him right over here, and you can actually kind of like make this go up. Well, you can actually make his wings go up a little bit more and everything like that. But that's pretty much it. He is one of the most limited dinos that we actually have in this set, but still yet not too bad at all. He's a really, really great bot. And then Swoop can stand, so somebody can actually knock him over and everything, and then he can actually be like, tell Swoop good part! Tell Swoop good part! You know? So like, that's actually really nice. I kind of like that. And then if you actually really wanted him to stand a little bit more, and my table is actually kind of perforated, but like, there we go. I have a place right over here where he can actually stand pretty nicely and everything. Roar! And if you really wanted to actually put some weapon storage onto this guy, he has weapon storage for his swords. So you can actually place them right over here and do that adjacently to the other side right over here as well. So you can actually kind of like still have him dual wielding if you don't give you this sword over to Grimlock altogether. And you can actually have them pointed this way for a little bit more aggressive negotiation and everything. So like there we go and everything, you know, he is just a badass and everything. I love this. So all in all, really not a bad bot at all. He's really great. And then I had to move the box so I can actually get the full team together. So there we go. We'll bring in Sludge over here. We're actually gonna bring Grimlock over here because he is the leader supreme here. And then we'll bring in Snarl. It's kind of hard to bring all of these guys in on the same frame here. And then we'll bring in Slag over here, who's actually always my favorite. So let's just like move these guys over here and everything. And there we go. It's the Dinobots, the heavy hitters of the Autobot team. And I love this so much. So ginormous that you can't really get all of these guys right in frame. You have to kind of like pull back a little bit to like actually like really love the enormity of what we actually have going on over here. So we actually have Sludge and Slag, and there's Grimlock and Swoop and Snarl. And incidentally on Snarl, if you actually get a chance to check out Razzle Kane's channel, he actually has this one thing where he actually recolors like all the yellow bits over here on Snarl into gold and everything. And it's worth checking out. He's actually kind of making me feel like I should actually like do this just to do that just to complete the set and everything all together. So like really, really great. I'm loving everything that's actually going on here. This group is just like amazing. Again, the most dynamic heavy hitters of the Autobot team and everything like that. And they don't even need to combine or anything like that. They can defeat the Constructicons, and that's it. I have actually said it. They are just done with Devastator. They're waiting for him to come around. And that is it right there. Like they are challenging Devastator into a 5-on-1 fight. And I think the Dinobots would win. I think they would, you know? Any case, let's get into further comparisons. And let's kind of call this a family photo right over here. We actually have Wheeljack and Ratchet here and everything. And then that's actually really awesome. And the current character, let's just bring in Bumblebee for good measure and everything. So there we are. That is really, really nice looking. Just let me get Snarl's head over here. Yeah, that looks really great. I love this so much. So dare I say it, I think the one thing that's actually missing on Swoop altogether is a flight stand. And I kind of think that Hasbro could have actually given us like a little bit more by including a flight stand that could actually be included right over here. So like I think that would have actually been great. Like there's a connection piece right over here also that we could have actually used. So if you guys are actually like 3D printing anything as far as like a stand and everything like that he could actually use, hopefully more of an invisible stand that's actually kind of like super sturdy, I'd really appreciate that, because like as far as this is actually concerned, these guys are actually great. But when you actually have them in Dino mode, they are actually kind of like a little bit heavier and everything like that as far as like their presence. Swoop needs to be flying overhead his brothers and everything like that in supreme aerial majesty and everything all together. And I think that would actually be that would actually really make a nice touch for this whole entire thing as like a final stamp to the Dinobots and everything like that. Unless they actually decide to bring in like paddles or Slash or something else, you know what I mean? Like there's always ways and everything like that. I'm pretty sure like hopefully we'll actually see like a Slash and Legacy or something like that all together and everything. I would love a deluxe Slash for this whole entire group, you know what I mean? Anyway, I love Swoop. I think he's actually awesome. As simple as a Dinobot as he can actually be, he just really brings the awesome. Anyway, final thoughts coming up. Swoop is really great, and it's actually great to actually have the final exclamation mark on the Dinobots. Hopefully we'll see, I mean, I'm not exactly sure what we'll actually see in the future with Legacy or anything like that. I would actually really love to see a deluxe Slash. Swoop is really cool to have in hand and everything, and I love this guy a lot. He is just the right guy to actually put your Dinobots at right status and everything as like the full effective dynamic team that they actually are. and I think he's amazing. Go find him if you can. I got mine from Amazon. I'm not exactly sure if they actually have any more swoops actually flying around or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure there are other places that'll actually have him. He's wonderful. I think that he's actually pretty awesome for your collection. And that's it for me for today for my trip through nerddom. I really want to send some appreciation to you, and especially you for coming with me once again, talking about these Transformers toys and every other figure that we've actually had over here that we absolutely love. I think it's actually wonderful that you're actually joining me again. If you're going to take away anything from this show, make sure that you actually choose love as the primary reason for being, the primary reason for existing. Make sure you treat love as an action word, because that's the thing that should actually be paramount through everyone's lives. Spread it to yourself first. Spread that around to the 360-degree spiral that is the Fibonacci series of our universe. Bring it back down here to HQ where I can always use some myself. And as always, when these stop being magical, that's when I'll stop collecting. I look forward to talking to each and every one of you soon.